Hi there, I'm Carissa Evans with True Aura, and today we're going to do a dramatic eye. As you can see, I've already got one eye done, so I'm just going to complete the look by doing the other eye. And I will end with the eyebrows so you can see how important it is to do your eyebrows. So what we're going to start with is our Perfect Powder Foundation in Alabaster. This is the lightest color that we offer, and this is actually what I use for concealer, but I like to do it on my entire lid just to smooth everything out and get everything the same color. And it's also going to help the eyeshadow stick for the rest of the day. So no movement on it. The next thing we're going to use are our eyeshadows, and this is Smoke and Mirrors. This is Coffee Talk, and I'm going to use the two together. And you can see I use these quite often. But what I'm going to do first is start with this brush here. It's angled, a little bit fatter, and I'm actually going to take the darkest color in the Smoke and Mirrors and load it up on my brush, and just like I've done on this side, and I'm going to take it, put it just above the crease, and then kind of windshield wiper movement back and forth, and then down in the V here, and I'm just going to work that in just like that. Notice I've got my brush at the very tip. I'm not holding it up here like a pencil. I'm letting it kind of glide a little bit more naturally. Okay. All right. Next, I'm going to take the darkest color in the Coffee Talk, and I'm going to load it on this brush, and this is kind of a puffy brush, all right, but kind of tighter. It's got a nice amount of bristles, but they're pulled closer together, and that's important because I'm going to show you another brush in just a second. I'm going to load up that dark color in Coffee Talk and start in the crease. And just kind of follow the same motion, but staying in the crease, and then going on the inside of that V as well. Okay. Now, this eye looks a little darker. That's because I haven't used my little trick, which is to blend. And this is a fatter, puffy brush. You see the difference between these two here. Little bit puffier, a little bit tighter. And this is how I'm going to blend the shadows. This gets rid of any lines of demarcation and kind of just blends everything together. And now you can see they're starting to look the same. You just blend it out until you have it looking like you want it to look. All right, and then we're going to finish off the eyelids with this brush, which is what I use in my lightest color. Okay, and for the lightest color, I'm going to go back into Coffee Talk and use this vanilla color, which as you can see, I use a lot. And I'm just going to touch on the inside here of the eyelid and pull it over just about to where that V begins. Okay, and then I'm also going to take this brush, which I have cleaned in my Simple Switch. So I've just taken this and done it like that to get the color off of there. So just in case any of these dark colors stayed on the brush, just to blend that in a little bit. Gets rid of that definite mark of that line of demarcation. Now, liner. So to line the eyes, I'm going to use this short bristled, stiff bristled brush at an angle. Okay, and I'm going to use a clean water. You can get an Avion hydrating water, and that's clean, just like our makeup and our skincare. And I'm going to load that up on the brush, get it wet, and then I'm going to actually mix the colors. First, I'm going to go into, you can see where I put the brush for the wet on this side. I'm just going to go into the dark color again in Coffee Talk, and then I'm going to hit the same spot where I like to hit in the Smoke and Mirrors and blend them together. And then I'm just going to go right on my line, or on my lash line. Now, I've got a little bit droopier eyes, so I do not go all the way over to the edge of the eyes. Some people like to do that cat eye look. Not so good on me just because of the way my eyes are shaped, but it is fun, but it's just not for me. So I stop before I get all the way to the corner. Let me just make sure I got it where I need it. And I go just about a little more than 3/4 of the way for the inside, and then I'm just going to come under right in the lash line and go over to about, again, a little more than 3/4 of the way with just what is left on my brush. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to take the silver color in the smoke and mirrors, which is this one, and I am going to get the brush wet again. I've cleaned my brush off. I'm going to get the brush wet again, go back in there. I'm just going to hit the insides just to kind of give the inside of the eye a little pop on both top and bottom. All right, now the eyebrow. So take a good look. With eyebrow, without eyebrow. Now, for my eyebrow, I'm going to take this, again, another stiff bristled, angled, short bristled brush. All right, and I'm going to blend. I'm going to use our After Midnight, the dark color in After Midnight, and I'm going to mix it with the lighter color, not the lightest, because that's a highlighter, but the lighter color in the bronzing powder, our highlighting bronzer. So I'm going to mix those together. And what I do first is I load it on. I'll try to show you here. I load it onto the brush with the lighter, and then I load on with the brush to the brush with the darker. Then I go back into the lighter so I don't get too dark of a line over here on the inside. And then I just start to fill in. And I just keep doing that until I get the look that I want. See how it's already filling in and giving me, finishing it. I like to say it finishes your face when you do a brow color. Now, when you're doing your brows, we often try to make them match exactly, but eyebrows are not twins. Think of them as sisters. So they're not identical twins. Think of them as fraternal twins. And they are going to frame the face, as you can see with what I'm doing right here. Definitely framing. Get them as even as possible. I like to say some days eyebrows are like cousins. You just don't always get them the same, and it's all right. Now, I don't have much hair on my eyebrows, so I have to spend a little more time than most, especially those that have nice, thick, full eyebrows, but not everybody does. And so you may be someone who just needs to add a little bit of filler into your brow, or you may be someone like me who needs to completely create an eyebrow. And so I take a Q-tip and just get the shape I want to try to match them as close as possible. And then I take, again, a stiff bristled, shorter bristled brush, but very stiff, into the Alabaster, which is what I use for concealer, and then I cut in my brows. So I'm making it definite line between my brows and my shadow. And then I'm going to take, where's my little brush? There it is. This little brush right here. All right. I'm going to go into the shimmery, the white color in the Smoke and Mirrors, and I'm just going to go up and complete the light underneath my brow. All right. And then another quick blend. And there you have dramatic eyes. Thanks for watching.